A carbon steel vessel with a thin stainless layer bonded inside can cost a fraction of a solid stainless vessel, but only if you calculate its strength correctly. Part UCL is where that math actually happens. Welcome back to ASME Section 8 Division 1 in 5 minutes. Season 2, Episode 7, Part UCL, Clad and Lined Vessel Construction. UCL 1 covers 3 distinct construction methods. Integral cladding is roll-bonded plate, corrosion-resistant metal metallurgically fused to the base steel at the mill, before the vessel's ever built. Weld metal overlay cladding achieves the same result differently, depositing corrosion-resistant weld metal directly onto the base plate's surface. And applied linings are separate sheets or strips, attached by welding to the base metal, sometimes before forming, sometimes after the vessel's already assembled. Same goal, protect carbon steel from a corrosive process, 3 genuinely different manufacturing paths. One honest disclaimer worth repeating, UCL doesn't tell you which alloy to pick, or how much corrosion allowance to specify. That's still Episode 3's UGTWNETY5 territory. UCL exists purely to handle what happens once you've already chosen a clad or lined construction, specifically, how much of that corrosion-resistant layer, if any, you are allowed to count as actual structural thickness. Applied linings get the simplest treatment, 0 structural credit, always. UCL 23A is direct about it, lining thickness never enters the required thickness calculation. The base material alone carries 100% of the pressure load, full stop, regardless of how thick or well attached that liner actually is. It's the conservative default, and for many services, that's exactly the point. Integral or weld overlay cladding gets more options. Default treatment subtracts the cladding's nominal thickness from the total and calculates on what's left, no real credit, but no full penalty either. Verify the bond properly, though, a minimum 20,000 size shear strength, full-length radiography or ultrasonic examination of any cladding to cladding welds, and UCL 26C lets you add real credit. Base thickness plus the cladding thickness multiplied by the ratio of the cladding's allowable stress to the base metals, capped so a stronger cladding never counts for more than the base material would. And here's a detail that ties straight back to Season 1. Take that verified cladding credit, and you lose the option to skip radiography under Table UW12's lowest column. More structural trust in the cladding demands more inspection rigor on the welds holding it there. The exact same pattern from Episodes 4 and 5. Just showing up again in a completely different part. Extra credit isn't free, you pay for it in verification, not in steel. Quick recap, Part UCL covers integral cladding, weld overlay cladding, and applied linings, 3 ways to protect a base structure from corrosion, with 3 different credit treatments. Linings get 0 structural credit. Cladding gets partial credit by default, or full calculated credit if the bond is verified, and that verification comes with stricter radiography requirements. That's Season 2, Episode 7. Full calculation walkthrough is linked below on Weld Fab World. Subscribe. Episode 8 covers Part ULT and low temperature vessel design.